With big news here in Utah, and really across the nation today, the U.S. Supreme Court has now decided to take up the same-sex marriage issue. Specifically, the High Court will hear a case from the Sixth Circuit that upheld bans on same-sex marriage in Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, and Tennessee. That case goes against the decisions of other federal courts, saying that same-sex marriage cannot be banned by states. What happened here basically is in what happened in Utah with the 10th Circuit Federal Court striking down our state's gay marriage ban back in December of 2013. So why is this happening now? Well, legal experts say it's because the circuit courts are divided. The Supreme Court wants to make a final ruling. Whatever decision the Supreme Court does end up making, it will still have a big impact on our state. Good for Utah's Brian Carlson joins us now live in the studio to explain a little further.
Yeah, Don, I talked to a couple of legal analysts today, and they say depending on how the Supreme Court rules, it could impact Utah in one of two ways. It could either give Utah same-sex couples a greater guarantee of their rights, but it could also possibly cause that same-sex marriage fight in Utah to completely start over.
The issue of same-sex marriage is now going to the highest court in the land.
The Supreme Court will finally make a decision. It's going to be a final say on gay marriage in America.
University of Utah law professor Shima Baradaran says this move by the U.S. Supreme Court could have big implications in Utah. Utah is one of 36 states that allows same-sex marriage. If the High Court rules gay marriage is a constitutional right, it could expand the rights for Utah same-sex couples.
If the Supreme Court decides that gay marriage is legal in all 50 states, the marriages performed in Utah will also be recognized in all of the 50 states.
But if the Supreme Court goes the other way and upholds a Sixth Circuit Court decision classifying same-sex marriage as a state's right, then Baradaran believes it's possible Utah could reignite its gay marriage fight.
They could say that states that want to prohibit gay marriage can continue to do so.
Utah's elected leaders fought same-sex marriage through the federal court system and eventually lost. Legal analyst Greg Skordas says if the Supreme Court rules in favor of the Sixth Circuit, it could give Utah new legal precedent to create a new same-sex marriage ban.
If the court decides that the Sixth Circuit was right, then we're going to have to revisit what's happened in every other circuit.
A new same-sex marriage ban in Utah would likely be decided by voters, but such an idea is still months away. Right now, the issue lies in the hands of the 9 Supreme Court justices.
The fact that the Supreme Court has decided to take this case is momentous on either side.
And right now, we just have to wait and see. The Supreme Court is expecting to begin hearing oral arguments in April and make a ruling by late June. Kim and Don, back to you.
All right, Brian. Now, several Utah's leaders are weighing in on this.
Utah's Attorney General released a statement saying he's pleased with the Supreme Court's decision. In part, it reads, quote, "This process will provide all citizens with clarity and resolution on an important issue."
Now, Governor Herbert echoed those thoughts, saying, quote, "The people of Utah and people across the country deserve certainty and finality with respect to the law. In this case, that finality can only come from the nation's highest court." He goes on to say, "As this case progresses, I once again encourage all Utahns, regardless of their personal views on this matter, to treat each other with respect."